Welcome to Wellspring on the Air, where Christian counselors share practical and biblical insights for everyday living. Why? Because hearts and minds matter. My name is Rebecca Barrios, and I serve as the Community Relations Director at Wellspring and the host of today's podcast that we've entitled Give Miami Day Exposed. So today we're going a little bit off topic from our usual mental health topics because we've invited a friend of ours, Vicki Checo from the Miami Foundation, to join us. Thank you so much for being here, Vicki. We're excited to have you.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to talk about Give Miami Day.
Yeah. It's coming up quick. And so I'm excited to have you today. We're grateful for the Miami Foundation and all the work that you and your team do around the community of Miami. And we, Wellspring, have definitely been recipients of the work that you guys do, raising support throughout Miami for nonprofits. And we're grateful that it helps to propel our mission as well. So I'm excited to hear more about the Miami Foundation, Give Miami Day, and for those listening who may not have ever been involved in Give Miami Day, for them to really get a chance to learn more. So before we get started, I'd love to hear a little bit about the Miami Foundation as a whole and your role with the Miami Foundation.
Yeah, so the Miami Foundation, I like to say, is Miami's foundation. Mm-hmm. We are the epicenter of giving and generosity in our community. We bring together generous families and very passionate folks of our community together with the change makers. And my role, honestly, I'm very excited to share about it because I feel like I have the best role in the foundation. My job is to get to know every single nonprofit in Miami. Wow. And get to understand who are the change makers, who's making things move, who are solving Miami's greatest issues right now. Yeah. And be able to connect them with folks that have very generous spirits and treasures and support and resources and want to be able to use those towards finding solutions in our community.
That's amazing. That's an awesome role and just so incredible the work that you get to do, that you get to learn both the nonprofit and connecting people who want to continue to do the work too.
I love it.
That's amazing. So I know that with the Miami Foundation, the largest initiative that you guys do is Give Miami Day. Yes. So can you share a little bit about how Give Miami Day started, kind of some of the history behind it, and just how it's evolved even under your leadership?
Yeah, so we have, last time we checked, about 10,000 registered nonprofits in Miami-Dade alone.
That's amazing.
Yes. But we don't actually touch all of them because we imagine a lot of them are smaller ones. So we also understand that because there are so many nonprofits of varying sizes, there is a majority of nonprofits that are very small and don't necessarily have the resources to run a full campaign, a fundraising campaign, a gala, end of year campaign. And so what we do is we pool all of our resources for our nonprofits at no cost to our nonprofits to do a full community fundraiser at the end of the year. Cool. We do this every year. We've been doing it for over 10 years. Just this year, actually, we hit over 1,300 nonprofits that have registered. Every year we're adding more and more. Thank you. It's been just a labor of love. And what it does is it really amplifies impact. It amplifies giving and generosity in Miami. And it allows Miami to love back on all of our nonprofits, just like you, that are serving our community every single day for every single resident and for the best reasons to make sure that we are a successful, thriving, and loving community.
That's amazing. That's amazing to see and to hear that there's so many more nonprofits getting involved. And with that thought that, it really can be hard for especially some of the smaller nonprofits to kind of put their own initiatives out there. It's so much effort. So to do a combined effort is really cool. And I think what I've experienced even with the Miami Foundation and Give Miami Day is to see the nature of generosity kind of shift in Miami too, to see that people are really getting behind it because we're painting the town purple,
Absolutely.
And to see that people aren't really am I going to give? It's a matter of who do I give to now, which is really, really cool.
Yes.
So I love that. So why would you say Give Miami Day is such an important day for Miami community?
It is, we call it Miami's greatest holiday in our community because it's the day that everyone stands up specifically for Miami. So if you live here, if you play here, if you do anything here, we want you to give back. And we want you to serve our community that's been serving everyone every single day. And the best part about this day is that the dollars that are risen for our nonprofits are complete unrestricted funding. Usually with grants, they are granted for specific programs, for specific activities, but the dollars that are raised on behalf of our nonprofits can go towards whatever it is that they need. Yeah. So they can fundraise for a capital campaign. They can fundraise for a program. They can fundraise for their general operating. It's whatever it is that they need at that time.
Yeah, which is really amazing. And again, as we've been recipients from some of the funds from Give Miami Day, that's just been such a great need because we can receive grants, but that's specific, restricted here. But sometimes we have needs beyond what we can even really express or say. So it's super awesome. But so you mentioned that Give Miami Day provides funds for over 1,000 nonprofits. Why do you say that this day is so critical for the nonprofits to participate in?
For a variety of reasons. So yes, it's a day for nonprofits to raise funds. It's also a day, so on our Give Miami Day platform, we offer the capacity for nonprofits to recruit volunteers, to recruit champions, and to recruit just friends in the community to get to know who they are. You can see everything about their nonprofits, what their mission is, what their vision is, what their general operating budget looks like, what their needs are. So it's a day that offers extreme visibility to all of our nonprofits, not only in their networks, but every single network of our participating nonprofits and our own networks as well. It's a great day of exposure.
Yeah, so it's not just about raising funds, but the exposure.
Exactly.
Getting your names out there and stuff like that. Yeah, that's amazing. So who can participate in Give Miami Day and why should they? And how can they participate? I know you kind of mentioned like the visibility and champions and that sort of thing.
So everyone can participate in Give Miami Day. Let me look at the camera and say that again. Everyone can participate in Give Miami Day. So there are nonprofits that are participating fundraising, but if you are a for-profit, if you're an individual that really cares about our community, you can volunteer, sign up to be a volunteer for our nonprofits. You can sign up to be a champion and fundraise on behalf of your favorite nonprofit or your favorite issue area, or you can donate some of your treasure towards the community organizations that you love so much. There is an organization for everybody.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. We've really reached out to our own community too, and like board members and family members and friends, and that there's ways to get involved beyond just giving, but becoming a champion for the organization, and really allowing people to express why they are passionate about the organization that they're supporting, which I think is really cool about your guys' platform to see all the champion pages as well. And like, okay, it's that visibility, it's people getting behind it. It's not just the finances, but the mission behind it too.
Exactly. You don't have to be running your organization to make change. You can support the change makers. You can amplify their voices and their impact, or the things that you just really, really care about in our community.
Yeah. So many ways to get involved.
Yes.
So it gives all those options to all different people, all different walks of life. You know, that's amazing. So what about for nonprofits or for profits? You kind of mentioned anybody and everybody can get involved. So how can for-profits get involved and from the community?
For sure. So there are sponsorship opportunities. There's opportunities for folks to volunteer, to sign up as a board member, just to champion some of our nonprofit organizations.
Yeah, that's amazing. And when you think about this year's Give Miami Day, which is happening November 21st, what are your goals? What is your thoughts around it? What are you guys hoping for Give Miami Day as a whole?
So I would say every year, we would love to increase our giving. Last year, we reached $34 million. But what is behind those contributions are really passionate individuals in Miami. So last year, we received just under 95,000 individual donations across, I think, like 50,000 households participated across the 50 states. So we're seeing that it's not only located in Miami. The donors are not just here in our community. They're all across our country. Miami is very important to so many people. And really, when you ask folks in Miami, where are you from? They tend to think about elsewhere. So this is a day to refocus, reground all of us into the spirit of Miami, showing up for Miami, and and just sharing what you really care about through your contributions, through your volunteering, through your voice, through your just the generous spirit of the day. Like you mentioned, we light the city up in purple. So we even have like buildings that participate and light up in purple, streets light up in purple. So it's a day that we love back on our community.
That's amazing. I'm so excited about it. And I think it's so cool to hear that there's people giving beyond Miami. So many people love the community of Miami, even if they're not here. And so to hear that people are kind of pouring love into Miami is amazing.
It's great. And it's a wonderful feeling.
Yeah, to see so many people get involved. So I have one more last question. So is there anything that we should know about Give Miami Day beyond some of the things that we've talked about today?
Yeah, so while the nonprofits are fundraising for themselves, the foundation is fundraising for the day. And we fundraise for bonuses, prizes, and just general overall contributions of the day. We actually make no income on this day. Wow. Everything goes back out into our communities. And something that we are so proud to be able to bring back again this year is the $25 match. So the minimum donation anyone can give for Give Miami Day is $25. Yeah. You don't have to be a millionaire to participate. You don't need to donate $1,000. It's just $25. But for every $25 donation that a nonprofit receives, the foundation, because of our fundraising, can match those $25 up to $1,000. So the first 40 donations that your organization receives will be matched up to $1,000.
Wow, that's so amazing. And again, it's just wonderful to hear how the Miami Foundation as a whole is supporting all of the organizations too. That's really wonderful. So thank you again, Vicki, for joining us today. And thank you to the Miami Foundation for all the work that you guys are doing to support so many people, and especially Wellspring. You really are helping to propel our mission to support us in the ways that we get to support others. We get to see lives transformed through providing mental health resources and mental health counseling. We've had so many people walk through our doors who are feeling broken or hurt, and they get to walk out feeling healthy and whole. And it's really amazing that that's coming from a lot of people behind the Wellspring mission and the Miami Foundation and Give Miami Day. And to all you who are listening, we thank you for joining us, and we ask that you would be involved with the Miami Foundation and Give Miami Day this year, November 21st. Hey there, thank you so much for tuning into Wellspring on the Air. We hope that you got something valuable out of today's episode. One of our goals at Wellspring is to make mental health resources and content accessible to everyone. We bring mental health experts and voices from our own staff and community to share insights and experiences. We want to keep these conversations going and reach as many people as possible, whether they're into therapy or not, and we cannot do it alone. If you believe in what we're doing and want to see more content like this, please consider supporting us. A donation to our education fund helps us create more episodes, more content, more resources to reach more people. Thank you for your support. Check out the link in our description box to donate, and remember to subscribe to our channel.